is basically going to be a boring video about the trademarks, the licensing, domains, things like that. So let's go ahead and just get right into the video. Okay, so starting off with one of the most important things is actually getting a seller's permit. Now, and before I get started, let me just go ahead and put a little disclaimer because I'm not a professional. These are the things that I did that I know how to do to the best of my legal ability. So if you guys are not in California or you guys are in California and you guys are taking my, this isn't an advice video, this is a how I did it video. So just take everything that I say with, you know, a little grain of salt and do your own research. But first things first for me is getting a seller's permit so that I can actually buy merchandise to sell. How you get a seller's permit is going to cdtfa.ca.gov. Now, this is where you get a seller's permit in California, and then from there, you're gonna go to permits and licenses. And then from there, you're gonna click register online. And then under the register tab, you're gonna click new. And then you're gonna click business activity or location. And then it's gonna ask you to sign into an account or to create an account. I already have an account, so I'm just gonna basically go off of the way that I did it because I already have one. And then it's basically gonna ask what you're selling because there's different permits and licenses when you wanna go into selling things like alcohol, tobacco, certain electronics and things like that, but I'm just selling clothes, so it's gonna be pretty simple for me. And then it's also gonna ask what kind of entity you have, whether that's a sole prop, a S Corp, a C Corp, LLC. When I started out as an individual. It's also gonna ask you for your social security number, your ID, your visa, your military ID, or your passport. And then you're basically gonna fill out the rest of your information. I can't tell you guys how to fill out the information because I don't know what businesses you guys are starting, but as far as clothing, it's pretty simple, pretty easy, and I got my seller's permit instantly. Next thing that's super important is getting a website. I personally love, and probably will always love Shopify. Their back end is amazing. Their e-com support is amazing. The apps that they have is amazing. The templates are amazing. It's super easy to use, and you can really get a back end look at the analytics of people who are buying your products, where they're coming from. In my experience, I've tried Wix. I tried Wix a long time ago, like in 2013, 2014. I know they personally have up their back end, but for me personally, I'm good and safe with Shopify, and that's what I'm rocking with. Now, another good thing about Shopify is they do have a 14-day free trial where you could basically try out the website, see if you like it, you can design it, and see if it's something that works for you. After that, then they do go into different plans. I believe the plans start at $29.99, $79.99, and then $299. It all kind of just depends on what you're actually needing for your website. I personally started out with the $29.99 plan, and it's worked for me. Another thing that you're gonna need is a domain. Now, a lot of these websites where you can host and have your website on their platform will allow you to have a domain for free, but it's gonna say .myshopify.com or .mywix.com. And one of the things that was really important to me when I was starting my business is the integrity and the overall look and feel of the brand. Even if you're just starting out, girl, you gotta act like you got everything in line and in order. So one of the things that I chose to invest in was buying a domain, especially because I knew this was gonna be a long-time brand. It's something that I invested my time, my energy, my money into, so I had no problem buying the domain. Now, Shopify now offers you to get a domain through them, which is only $14 a year, but since we are on a budget and it's really tight, I'm gonna go check on GoDaddy. GoDaddy is actually where I pretty much got every single one of my domains that I've had throughout my all of my drop shipping companies and my e-com companies. I also like GoDaddy because they also allow you to have an email with your domain at the end. So like, for example, info@thefindguru.com. It just adds that professionalism to your business and the integrity of your brand, in my opinion. So if you go to GoDaddy, not only can you search to see if the domain is available, it will also give you other domains that you could possibly choose from if your domain is not available. So the domain that I'm looking for is available, and it's only $11.99. But there's this little thing called privacy. Now, one of the crazy, scary things about being a small business startup owner is that because you have a business, everything that you do in your business is public record. So you want to be very careful, because if you're just starting out and you're using your home address, all of that information is public record. So if you put your address as the address, then it goes up online and anybody can basically find your address. So even though it ends up being more than it is on Shopify, I am going to buy this privacy just to make sure that my information is protected. Now, at this point in my career and in this point in business, I do have virtual offices that you guys can get from iPostal or PO boxes. Just because I am starting out and I know that a lot of other people are starting out and they might not have a virtual office or a PO box, I'm gonna pay that extra fee to have my privacy protected, which actually brings us to $22.16 for our budget. So that's the first thing that we budgeted in. The next thing that's super important is a trademark. Now, trademarks are pricey, so it's not like we're gonna actually file for a trademark, but we wanna see if the company that we are trying to start is already trademarked, because you wouldn't wanna be that person who spends all this time and effort branding and getting everything started, run the business, open up shop, and then you start booming and you start going, and then you find out, knock, 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 this name is already trademarked. You guys basically need to stop doing business under this name. So before you get started, go ahead and look up that trademark to see if you can conduct business under that name. The easiest way to look up a trademark is going to uspto.gov. Then you're gonna go ahead and click trademark. And then from there, you're gonna search for the trademark through the database. And the way I always do it is I just do like a basic word search so that anything with that name could basically come up. And then from there, you're gonna type in the name just to see if anybody has it. And then if they don't have it, then you can go ahead and start using it. If they do have it, you may want to reconsider choosing a different name. Another thing too is you can see if the trademarks are active or inactive. And in that case, you could kind of like consult with a legal professional to see what you want to do moving on in that direction. But my biggest thing for me personally in choosing these brands, I personally always wanted to check beforehand, even if I couldn't afford a trademark at that time, because I wouldn't want to be that person, like I said, who starts a brand, doesn't look up the trademark, it ends up booming, and then somebody comes knocking on my door talking about that that's their company and I can't use it. Now, another good thing with trademarks is there's different classes of trademarks. So if you open up a company called Rosewater Ivy and it's under the class of clothing, if somebody chooses to open up Rosewater Ivy under like spas or services, then in that case, because it's under two different classes, there is a chance that your trademark would get approved. Once again, that's something that you would have to consult with a legal professional, but I'm just giving y'all a little bit of game on that. So just do that before you get started. The next thing that you want to do, which is basically going to be the bread and butter of this business, is open up an Instagram account and a Facebook account. So the number one thing that's most important is actually Facebook and not Instagram, because Facebook actually has all the back-end analytics that's gonna make your company in the future thrive. So to make a Facebook account is super easy. I'm pretty sure you guys already know how to do that. If you don't have a Facebook account, you need to make one, because you can't make a page business account unless you do it through a personal account. So first, make a Facebook account. Then you're gonna wanna click in the corner and click create. And then you're gonna click page, and then you're gonna choose, in this case, I'm choosing a business. After that, it's gonna ask you to basically put the store name and also the type of business. And then it's also gonna ask you to upload a photo and also upload a cover photo. So next, you're gonna wanna connect your Facebook to your Instagram. So to connect to IG, you're gonna go to settings, and then from settings, you're gonna go to account, and then from account, you're gonna go to business account, and then you're going to connect it to Facebook. Most of the time, if you have these within the apps, then it kind of automatically connects, but I'm gonna just put a screen recording so that you guys can see exactly what I did. The reason why Facebook is actually more important in this case than Instagram is because there's something golden called the Facebook Pixel. Now, the Facebook Pixel basically tracks every single person that goes to your site and is able to tell you their buying behavior, certain demographics, things that they're liking, things that they're clicking, things that they're adding to their cart, things that they've gone all the way to checkout and then they stopped and they abandoned their checkout, things that get the most clicks, things that get the most hovers. It's basically gonna tell you everything. And then in this case, a lot of people don't like this, but I know all of us have been on a website and we're trying to buy this dress or trying to buy these shoes, and then the next day we're on Instagram and then we see an ad for that exact item. That's basically because of the Facebook Pixel. So the Facebook Pixel allows you, once you have the budget and you're a little bit more knowledgeable, to target Facebook ads to people who have already clicked on your items. So this Facebook Pixel is important. So to get this Facebook Pixel, you are going to go to the Business Manager. And then from the business manager, you're gonna go to the top of the 3 lines and then go to pixel. Then you're gonna create a pixel because you don't have one. This is a new Facebook account, new business account. And then from there, you're gonna create a pixel, and it's gonna take you through everything step by step. Facebook is super easy to follow because they give you pictures, and then from there, you're gonna go to Shopify and the preferences, and you're gonna add your pixel in there, and I will show you that in a later video. Another thing that is beneficial when you're starting a business is to get an EIN number, which is basically a replacement for your social security number, so you're not using that for everything. That basically concludes today's video. Those are the basics that I needed to start my business in a legal, professional manner. Once again, this is not advice. This is basically just what I did to conduct my business and start my business up. If you guys have any questions, please consult a legal professional.